man or something else. People don't really believe that. But for most people it's plausible. The real thing that haunts them is that when they die, they go to sleep and never going to wake up.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the 31 Days of Halloween, which is a new tutorial every day. Today is a collaboration with none other than Sonjdra, Deluxe, and Jordan Hanz. We each did Greek gods, and these are the ones we chose, and they are the bomb, and I am going to have them linked down in the description box because you absolutely have to watch your tutorials, and my phone needs to not ring during voiceovers. But anyway, let's get started with the tutorial. Alright, so I'm starting off with this gray hairspray that I got at a grocery store, and it's pretty okay. But now I'm taking this Gleam by Melanie Mills, which is a body radiance cream, and they actually use this on Dancing with the Stars. And if you're ever wondering like how the Victoria's Secret models, like how their legs are so shiny when they walk the runway, it's a product just like this. So I'm putting this all over my face as a primer, hoping that the gold shows through over the face paint. But just to be sure, I'm taking this metallic powder by Mayron, which looks like this, and I'm adding it to the pan of face paint while I mix it together all together with mixing liquid, also by Mayron. So I'm applying that all over my face, and you guys can see that the effect is a full coverage gray, but it's also giving you that sporadic gold pigment, which is great, because I know that this look is going to be grungy, and it's going to be very textured, so it's okay that the gold isn't applying perfectly evenly, and we're going to go in anyway with highlight and eyeshadows and stuff to really bring it a little bit more even, but it gives you a nice, like, godly glow from within. So it looks a little bit something like this. My whole goal was it's like Hades, he was a god, he was cast out to the underworld, so he's like, he used to be divine, now he isn't, so we're going like goldish grunge. So we're like adding the two together. But real quick, I am setting my face with a translucent powder, and it looks very white casted right now, but you just have to buff it in, and then it will become clear or translucent, as it's called. So that's that. So now I'm taking this white cream by Mayron. You can use the grease paints from the Halloween store if you would like. And I'm taking this little Beauty Blender sponge dry, and I'm applying that to my under eye as a highlight, and I'm buffing it out with that sponge. And yes, you can use a Beauty Blender dry. If it's dry, it's just a regular old sponge. If it's wet, it's a beautiful Beauty Blender. So, like, you know, God's not going to strike you down if you don't wet it. But now I'm taking this eyeshadow from the Anastasia Self-Made palette in the shade Brush, I think, or Blush. I'll have it linked down below. And it's a perfect gray tone with a little bit of gold reflex in it, so it's perfect for this look. Sorry, my phone's going off twice. And I'm applying that to my highlight areas, and you can see that the highlight still remains, and it's still doing its visual effect, but it's toning it down just a bit, and it's adding that gold godly tone, which is fantastic. I didn't blend it all the way down because my highlight's a little too ham, so I'm taking that leftover face paint, no additional product, and I'm using that to buff in and to really sharpen up that highlight point so it stays exactly where we want it to, and it gives that lifting effect. Oh, this brush is also by Tarte, and I love it for face paints because you can paint your entire face in 10 seconds. Anyway, but I'm applying that same eyeshadow to my forehead and to my upper lip. That upper lip will be going away. But I'm taking from the same Self-Made palette this a little bit lighter shade, and I'm applying that to my brow bone as well as the very, very tops of my cheekbones to add an additional highlight so it really gives the most structure possible. With a black eyeshadow and a flat brush, I am just going to add in these little face marks. I was going for kind of like a Trojan mask inspired shape, and just to really add something different and really interesting in this makeup. I have no idea what I'm doing for this tutorial. I'm totally winging it the entire time. So I'm just throwing in this little shape. It's kind of acting as a contour, but also it's like Trojan inspired. I don't know. I hope you like it. I'm just throwing stuff together. Now I'm taking a blending brush and I'm slightly buffing that down. Nothing really fancy, but just continue adding more depth and get it as dark as you want and then blend it out as you go. And then I'm taking my favorite felt tip eyeliner, which is by Ico, and I'm just using that at the very, very top of this line to really just sharpen up the point. And mostly what I'm focusing on is where that triangle meets, pointed towards my eye. I really want that to be nice and sharp. Boom. Yeah. So now I'm taking a typical makeup sponge, and I ripped off chunks of the top to make it really bumpy to give me this texture mark. So I'm taking black face paint, and I'm using these texture marks, and I'm applying it underneath the cheekbone. As you might see, there are some examples on my face. Try not to push the makeup wedge too hard, or you're going to get the square outline of the entire sponge itself. So make sure you have a lot of product on the brush and you're just slightly dabbing. But as you can see, I'm doing underneath the cheekbones, connecting it to my temple, bringing it all the way around the hairline, taking it from my eye crease into my temple and all over the place. So just really grunge it all up, and then I'm applying it also slightly into the cheekbones. From there, I'm taking that same flat brush we used on the cheek, and I'm applying this little straight line down my nose. This is going to act as a nose contour, but it's also going to have that Greek helmet shape. You know what I'm saying? So just apply that and then fade it inwards to the inner corner. And I'm also darkening up my eyebrows with my black eyeshadow. Popping in my Scarilla all black contact lenses, I'm taking this dark brown eye pencil by NYX, and I'm applying that to my waterline as well as my lower lash line. And I'm setting all of that with black eyeshadow, both the waterline and the lower lash line. That's going to give you the most long wear possible. And then I'm blending it downwards to get a nice smoky effect using a pencil brush by Sigma. Okay, so now with our magic mixing, we're taking that metallic powder with that without any face paint, and this is going to give you liquid gold. So I'm using a liner brush, and I'm applying that to my face in tears. Could you die? I literally live. I could watch myself applying this all day. It is so gold. I just love it. Could you die? I die. So I'm just applying that in tear marks. You don't have to actually cry it out to get a realistic feel. You can just use a liner brush and just apply it down in a tear, and it will look just the same. I'm applying that to the inner corner only of my eyelid, which my hand is perfectly blocking. And then I'm also going to let that dry before I open my eye because it transfers because I do have hooded eyes. If you don't have hooded eyes, you don't have to worry about that. But and then I'm taking a little bit on the left eye only, and I'm applying outer corner tears as well. On the other side, I didn't put outer corner tears because I really do like that asymmetrical effect. I don't want it to be too even. And so I'm applying those tears, again, all the way down, even covering that cheek mark. And this is seriously my favorite product ever. If you ever want to paint your entire body gold, this is definitely what to do. This is definitely what to use. I love it. You guys are obviously going to see me paint my whole body gold later on. But I'm taking another liner and I'm applying it right underneath my eyebrow in the inner corner only, and then dragging it downwards down that nose contour just to add some more gold. Once I saw the gold on my face, I was like, I need more. I was only going to do the tears, but then I started throwing it everywhere. But now I'm taking that same stippling brush and I'm doing that right over my brow bone, connecting it into my forehead contour with that same stipple mark, and applying a little bit more on the cheekbones. And that's going to give you more of a grungy effect, and it's going to have a little bit more cohesion. Yep. Make sure you're pressing lightly. And then we're going to dip the same sponge into that gold, and I'm applying that right on top of that black. And that's going to give you a little foiled, what's it called, silver leaf or gold leaf effect without it actually being gold leaf. And I love it. And if you apply a little bit too much gold, you guys can go back in with that black face paint and stipple it right on top to break up that color. But right now I am just enhancing that little helmet contour line because I messed it up while putting on my contact, because you guys know I cry a lot. And then I'm applying the gold all over my neck, and you guys can see here. Oh, also, you guys asked why I don't put my contacts in before I start the tutorial, because 9 times out of 10, it impacts your vision a little bit, just enough where I wouldn't be able to do as much detail because I can't really see as well. But the Scarellas actually make me see better. But anyway, applying the gold all over my body with that same Tarte foundation brush, which can cover your entire body forever, and then do a little bit of a sexy gold dance. And then we're going to start contouring that gold with a little bit of a black eyeshadow. Nothing really extreme here. I'm using a fluffy black blending brush and some eyeshadow, and I'm just contouring just to bring a little bit of depth back into the body. Since it's gold and it's highlighting everywhere, it's taking away from all the natural shadows your body would normally have. So we're just putting them back in to give you more of like a dead but still golden feel. You know what I mean? Like Fallen God, get it going. Let's do this. I'm loving it. And if you guys wanted to be this for Halloween, paint your entire body. All you gay guys, I know you guys like to take your shirts off. Do this. Hello. I support you. Anyway, so I'm putting a little bit of black eyeshadow on the outer corner of the eye and right into that inner corner, and then that's the finished tutorial, my friends.